So in this first example, we have a course that wasn't authored to Clifford eLearning standards. As we go through the course, we will explain why this course doesn't come up to our standards, and then we'll run through the course again after we have authored it to Clifford eLearning standards.
You are perhaps familiar with the type of e-learning course that employees are required to take, perhaps even the same one on a yearly basis. The introductions to the modules are usually text-based, which may be fine for most people, but they can be fairly boring. Here at Clifford eLearning, we've moved away from this approach. Adding different content instead of text makes the courses more engaging for the learners. This will make our courses more accessible for learners with dyslexia or word blindness. Here we see a page that is cluttered with information. It would be really difficult to pick out the parts required with so much on the screen. At Clifford eLearning, we build these pages slowly, one piece at a time. We show the relevant information on the screen so that the learner can concentrate on just that part. The next page has been put into the course to reinforce the knowledge that should have been gained from the previous page. There is no colour, making it very bland. Everything is on from the beginning and the page does not build. There is no test or learner interaction and no option to go back to review should the learner need to. This page is a little more engaging. For a short while, the visual is accompanied by the audio. This will keep the learner more interested. However, after the initial introduction, the audio ends, leaving the learner wondering if it is finished, frozen, or whether more input is required. For now, just let it play through so you can see what we mean.
So going over these again, pictorially.
On this page, there is an indication that a test is about to commence. But with just text and nothing pictorial, there is no obvious way to start the test. At Clifford eLearning, we see things differently.
So now let's take a short test on this training material to see if you have assimilated the information.
Nice question this. Probably everyone would want to save the horse. However, what do you do when you've made the selection? There's nothing obvious to click on. Actually, there is an option. You can click on a tick in the far bottom right of the screen. See if you can select the correct answer, then click on that icon. This one is better. A nice big submit button. Try to select the correct answer again. This time, click on the submit button. Okay, so what is this all about? Imagine that you have difficulty in reading and you are presented with this. Click on the correct answer, the one that reads, "Raise the alarm and leave the building." Then click on the submit button. The results page. Well done if you passed. But how underwhelming is this page after all that hard work? No fanfare or trumpets, no certificate to print. How do you now close this course? By now, the learner will have gained the knowledge that they should have from the course. Unfortunately, mistakes made in the authoring of the course may well affect the learner's satisfaction. There is no reference to the learner any time during the course. Wouldn't it have been nice if the results page at least had used the learner's name? At the beginning of the course, there was no test to see how much previous knowledge the learner had. Therefore, no comparison with the end results could be made. At Clifford eLearning, we always put the learner first when we create our courses. Now click on the next button or swipe right to see what improvements we would make to this course.
Clifford eLearning presents a fire safety course on categories of fires and fire extinguisher types. Please enter your name in the box as you'd like it to appear on your certificate. Firstly, let's look at should we have fire extinguishers. Well, if a premises is used for non-domestic activities, there may be a legal requirement to install and maintain at least one fire extinguisher. This can include home-based businesses as well as a traditional workplace. It is also vital that there is the knowledge of how to operate a fire extinguisher in case of emergency and which variety of fire extinguisher should be used for the kind of fire experienced. So the next question we're going to look at is, should employers have their employees fight a small fire? The concept of fight, fire or flee for small fires in the workplace should be included in an emergency action plan for that workplace. Employers must consider the balance between ensuring employee safety and reducing the loss of property. It is a critical decision for the employer. Should employers be trained to fight a small fire with a portable fire extinguisher, or should they simply sound the alarm and immediately evacuate the area? A third option to be considered is that employees should have mandatory fire extinguisher training just in case fire impedes their escape. Now let's look at the classes of fire and the symbols that go along with these classes. If we look at Class A fires, a Class A fire involves most varieties of solid combustible material. Class B fires are outbreaks of fires involving flammable liquids. Class C fires are caused by flammable or combustible gases. Class D fires refer specifically to fires resulting from flammable metals like magnesium. Class E fires or electrical fires involving electrical equipment or appliances. Class F fires typically occur in professional kitchens or other spaces where oils are heated. So a little bit of a revision exercise for you. What we'd like you to do is click on the right side, drag the right side answer across to the correct class and drop it so that it joins up. Once you've done them all, click on the submit button, and if you're correct you can move on. If you're not correct, then you can do them again. So going over these again pictorially, a water spray extinguisher is used on combustible materials. A foam extinguisher is used on solid combustibles and flammable liquids. A powder extinguisher is used on solid combustibles, liquids, gases and electrical fires. A carbon dioxide extinguisher can be used on flammable liquids and electrical fires. A water mist extinguisher can be used on solid combustibles, electrical and oil fires. Just a couple of questions on what we've learnt in this small part of the course. Click on the Start Test when you're ready to start.